Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to Sam and Max Hit the Books. I'm Max.
I'm Sam.
And we've got a nice stack of comics to review today. The comics that came out on the 12th of February in 2020. We're going to start with the 6th issue of Bloodshot by Tim Seeley and Brett Booth. We're continuing the story of Bloodshot trying to rescue that Psyot who can control machinery from the organization that is kidnapping her. But things are a little confusing in this one because there's like two bad organizations versus the one good organization.
Right, and the good organization, the Burned, it's got like the evilest name of all of them.
Right, and yeah, they're the only actual good ones.
Yeah.
And the art's fine, and the story progresses fine, and the action's fine, but this might... I mean, Bloodshot I'm kind of wavering on, honestly. Especially after Quantum and Woody was so good, I feel like we have like a Valiant slot, and maybe Quantum and Woody is what we slot into that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Bloodshot himself is awesome.
Right. The concept is A+.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I want to say I give it a 4. It was
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. 4. I'd agree with that. Next up, we got X-Men, issue number 6. Brian... No, it's not Brian Hickman. It's the other one. It's Jonathan Hickman. And Matteo Buffani.
Yes.
That's a weird name. That's okay.
I'm not familiar with this artist, and it was fine.
Yeah, that's okay. This is mostly a Mystique comic, but it does tie back into the mission that they went on to stop the space base with the mother mold in it. And yeah, it was cool to get a little bit more of that, but we just barely touched on it. And,
yeah.
They check in on that place again. They built a Krakoan warp gate there, which somehow nobody has found in their arboretum.
I was very unclear on, Mystique's mission. Like, they were definitely giving us, like, slices of things, and I guess we know that she planted the flower because she's able to... Or we don't know if she's able to go back yet, right? She only went the one time.
No, I think she went once during this comic to find out that, there's a Nimrod there.
Right.
So she at least went back once since then.
Okay.
To be able to see that Nimrod. That's this page that's all white except for her being in blue. I thought that was present.
Interesting.
Now.
Right, now. And she got there the first time by...
With the rest of them in their strike team.
I don't think she was with that strike team. Is that what was revealed, that she went secretly?
It seems like she was with the strike team.
Interesting.
Based on this. I thought she had been there, but maybe I'm misremembering.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right and I'm misremembering. But either way, this was very big on callbacks to House of X, because it also has the whole Destiny plotline that we know is going to be major.
Yeah, so, it was okay.
Yeah.
I give it a 5.
Yeah, I think this was a 5 too. People were really raving about this issue and saying how cool and deep and complex it was.
Oh man, but compared to the Beast issue of X-Force,
yes,
X-Force?
It is X-Force.
Yeah, with the plant Nimrods, the biological, that was way better.
Yeah, and we'll get to Beast later because there was a new X-Force, and it is interesting. So, because I'm pretty sure that one of the data pages is trying to tell us that Beast is autistic, but we'll get to that. So Batman's Grave, issue 5 by Warren Ellis and Brian Hitch, and to me, this was the issue that made me kind of get into this series finally, because I've been kind of waffling on it myself.
Right, this has been the 2 issue arcs.
Right, although this issue is where things appear to start tying together, because
That's
now
true.
we've got
the crazy haired guy.
Yeah, he was the villain from the first 2 issues.
That's true.
And we find out that is maybe connected in some way to the villains from the second 2 issues, and now they're maybe targeting law enforcement officers, and so now apparently the next issue is going to be like The Raid, but Batman has to get Jim Gordon safely out of Arkham alive without allowing Jim Gordon to shoot anybody.
Right. Yeah, which is funny.
That was very interesting. But yeah, Gordon just like straight up, yeah, I'm a cop. I'm gonna shoot this guy. And Batman stops him, and Gordon's like, you're an idiot.
Yeah. You don't expect that. It was delightful.
But everybody's coming at Batman in this series. Alfred's coming at him in the cave when he's drinking. Jeremiah Arkham's calling him crazy. Commissioner Gordon's calling him an idiot and trying to get one up on him by like trying to solve the case before he actually gets Batman involved. It's to me, I liked this quite a bit. I give this one a 6.
Oh, nice. Yeah, 6 sounds pretty good for that one. I'll go with that. Next up is issue 3 of Thor by Donny Cates and Nick Klein. And yeah, this issue, it's a Thor v. Bill. Beta Ray Bill.
What'd you think of the little first 3 pages with explaining Thor's idea of time and why he might not remember all or even most of the battles he's ever been in?
Well, I mean, it makes sense. You're not going to remember everything.
Yeah.
Like, if you remember yourself as a kid, you probably remember enough stuff to fill up, 3 minutes?
Seriously. Yeah.
So, yeah, it totally makes sense to me that a 2-year-long battle for Thor would just be a battle.
Yeah, he remembers kind of.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. But we got some good lore pages in this, and Beta Ray Bill fighting with Thor and just being like the super honorable dude that he is. Lots of fun.
Yeah, Beta Ray, he's being a little pig-headed to me in this because I know he don't like Galactus, and he's after Galactus for going after these worlds, but
right. Well, he said Galactus got absorbed his homeworld.
Right, which I don't know if that happened previously or what's up there, but
just happened.
Right. Yeah, hopefully Thor didn't just lead him there right now. We just didn't see it.
Yeah, that would be awful. But pretty cool when Thor takes Stormbreaker because Thor won't let Mjolnir go. Yeah,
that was the good moment.
He breaks Stormbreaker on Mjolnir.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Bill looks like so shocked when it happens.
True. So I'm enjoying the pacing of this one quite a bit. And yeah, I'd give this one a 6.
Yeah, I'm also going to give it a 6. Still enjoying it. I like Nick Klein's art. It's, you know, when you buy a Thor comic, what do you want? You want guys hitting each other with hammers and talking about honor and glory and tradition.
Exactly.
All right, so moving on to the 10th issue of Savage Avengers by Jerry Dugan and Patrick Zurcher. And this issue, I thought, was just full of delightful little moments.
That is true.
I quite enjoyed the Iron Sorcerer and his ability to expertly already use the armor and with his magic.
It was interesting to me that he required pin particles in order to shrink some rocks when he is a sorcerer.
Right, and it seemed like he was doing some kind of spell with the pin particles. Yeah, so maybe he can like bootstrap a spell without actually like knowing how to conjure something if he has that thing present.
So he's not personally an expert on shrinking.
It is weird that he doesn't have just a built-in spell to do that.
Yeah, but still, you can forgive him that. That's fine.
And
it was cool all the same.
We get some Shuma Gorath looking all creepy and doing the Starro thing over people's faces, and you get a little Jericho drum lore with he has to go to his astral plane and we meet like the voodoo god that empowers him.
Yeah.
And we'll see where that goes. And they beat Kulon Goth by doing the old encase him in the armor instead of me, and then
Conan's final move.
Yeah.
He's been carrying around that cursed necklace for so long, I forgot even what it did.
But Conan is smart, and if he's got a cursed necklace, he's not going to just throw that shit away.
Yeah.
He's going to use that on somebody if he needs to.
Yeah, he understands it's a weapon.
And then Strange and Doom just fuck him over.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
They're just like... And Strange is like, where'd you find this guy? And Doom's like, in Brazil, in the jungle. And Strange's like, do you mind? And Doom's like, no, not at all. And they fucking conjure him right back to where... And then they take the portal into the Sanctum Sanctorum, and then they fall asleep on the ground because they're so tired and beat up like bros.
Yeah.
I love Bro, Steven, and Strange. And Doom.
Yes.
Yeah. Quite cool. And it's funny, the map. Like, now that Conan is, like, looped back.
Yeah. Back to South America.
So, yeah, Savage Avengers continues to not really be the book we were sold initially at all. Where's Venom? Where's Wolverine?
Gone. Forgotten.
But, as the Adventures of Conan in the Marvel Universe, it's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it's not bad.
This one's also a 6 for me.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm also giving it a 6. That's what this week has been like.
Pretty good week.
Yeah.
And we're not even to the best yet.
Yeah. Next we're talking about X-Force, Benjamin Percy, and Oscar Bazaldua. Yeah, another artist I'm not familiar with, and did a very good job on this.
This looks great.
Yeah, this was for the most part a Domino
and some Colossus.
And yeah, some Colossus. Colossus looking cool. Domino looking very much burned.
Yeah, she's really
well played.
She's half a person, as we find out. Maybe more than just symbolic.
Right, because in the background of this one, there's this assassin who's going around and making these perfect shots, and meanwhile, Domino can't roll nothing with her dice except snake eyes.
Something's got her luck. They took her luck, and something else downs it.
Her luck.
But the data pages in this issue are all Beast.
That's true. Beast scrap, but.
And it's interesting because on the data page where Beast talks about going to see Forge and giving Forge a new idea for listening rocks so that they can grow some rocks that can absorb sound.
Yes, and they put eavesdroppers in everywhere.
Yeah, there's this extended bit from Beast where he's journaling about how he slaps me on the side, but I know he's my buddy, so I know this is friendly and not an attack. And he calls me names, but that's it's cool because I know he means it in jest. And it's so interesting the way people. And I was like, wow, this is such an angle on Beast that I don't know if we've ever really established that he's like that with people. He's always seemed so jovial and personable and put a hand on your shoulder and offer you a cup of tea. And
well, it's true, but it means somebody slapping you on the back if that's getting his defenses up, but his brain is keeping it down. That's just an animal fighting with the scientist.
Interesting, because he just has blue fur. He isn't a wolf person. The Beast's mutation is just big hands and feet. There's no real animalistic angle.
But he gets claws and fangs and pointed ears. There's Beast in there. It's just his brain isn't.
Right. And it's true. In the Morrison run, he is reduced to bestial states at times and such. But and
there you get impulses from things other than your brain. So I could see his body impulses being on the edge more.
I guess
reflexes and stuff.
You are what you are.
Right. But, it was cool. And Domino hunting down the thief, and this reveal at the end of a reverse Domino.
Reverse Domino. She black skin with white eye, which is interesting because movie Domino
is black skin with white eyes.
Yeah, although she's just a black person who has white paint over. But whereas this is black skin that is actually the color black,
which doesn't look as good.
No,
the movie Domino style.
No, and this is the worst drawing in the whole issue. I don't know what's going on here, but it's not good. She doesn't really look like she's walking. It's terrible.
Right? No, it looks like she was slapped on over a background.
Yeah, very much so. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Overall, I found this issue to be pretty good, as X-Force has been. Though maybe not as good as that Beast issue, but still I'd give it a 6.
I'm giving this one a 7. I liked it a lot. X-Force continues to deliver. All right. Next up, we've got the 31st issue of The Immortal Hulk by Al Ewing and Joe Bennett. And this is interesting because this issue is taking a real slice out of Marvel history, because I feel like I read some Hulk during the Red Hulk era. So I'm pretty sure I read an issue where this Zemnu Beast showed up. But after I read this issue, I had to do a little online research. So Zemnu is a Jack Kirby creation. Nice. Zemnu is the original monster that was called the Hulk. This was the Hulk in comics before the Bruce Banner Hulk was ever created.
Interesting.
So there's some meta stuff going on here, bringing this guy back and then having all this weird, what is a Hulk? Who's the Hulk? I'm the Hulk, you're the Hulk.
Right. And Hulk being what the Hulk?
And yeah, there's lots of weird stuff going on with Hulk himself in this issue, because we've got the reveal that even though Hulk like current Devil Hulk can be Hulk during the day, he's very susceptible still to regular Green Hulk taking over if the sun is still up.
If regular Green Hulk wants to take over, he can.
He can do it easily.
During the day. Yeah, interesting.
And how about Absorbing Man using his power in a way that he's never used it before or should be able to use it while doing a monologue about how it's comics bitch, we can do whatever we want?
Yeah, it's interesting. Absorbing Man.
Yeah.
He's a wild card.
Like, because we have to accept this, because if we can accept that, there's a new version of the Venom symbiote that can mix rocket fuel and fly from planet to planet, like, I guess we can accept that Absorbing Man can absorb the elements of an engine from a plane and turn himself into, like, a plane person, like, original Iron Man looking dude.
Yes.
Why the fuck not, right?
Exactly.
And one thing at the end, I'm very unclear what's happening with Hulk and why he's asking what the hell a Hulk is. Do you know why he's saying that? Yeah, I don't know if we're supposed to know.
Yeah, right. That's the thing about this issue is I'm not sure how much I like it based on the fact that I don't know how much we're supposed to know.
Right, and how much of anything that is happening might be perhaps the author attempting to mislead us and do sort of a metatextual, you are being misled the same way all of the characters in the book are being misled by Zemnu's hypnotic influences,
right.
Which to me is really magnified by that last panel of him where it's just his eyes zoomed way in looking right at us, the reader.
Oh yeah, it definitely seems like he's purposely like looking into cameras and stuff for the news so that his eyes will be the focus as he's going, oh my, oh dear.
Oh, don't you remember Ghostbusters and Furbies and Member Berries? Like, it's great, all the things he's saying. It's insidious, and it's great how well that works with the whole idea of this being like the anti-corporate arc, with Roxxon being like the worst corporation ever to be conceived of in fiction.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And then here's the guy who's doing the member berries in order to keep you under that corporation's control. I give it a 7.
I'd also give it a 7. I like Hulk a lot. Next we're talking about Hawkman by Robert Venditti. And this isn't Brian Hatchett's.
Yeah, Hitch has been off the book for a while.
Yes, it's Fernando Passarin?
Yep.
Passarin.
Or Passarin, or Passarin.
That sounds good. We'll go with Passarin.
All right.
And yeah, so Sky Tyrant arc, it continues, but now that we've gotten back into space and we're getting a little bit more into like the past and archaeology and not only do we have Adam Strange, but we also have the Atom, and they're all working together. Good stuff.
That's what's saving this arc for me now, is how much of the Atom and Adam Strange, and it's
Hawkwoman?
This is Hawkwoman. This is Shiera, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Not Kendra, who's the one with Justice League.
No, not Kendra.
Yeah, still unclear on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff, and it's really sad the way that Sky Tyrant beats down the giant Hawkman descendant.
It is sad. And breaks his mace with his little mace. Which is very funny to have that after that issue of Thor.
Right. Yeah, that's funny having, we have doubles fighting, somebody's weapon's getting broke, but Thor is like almost a battle of equals, like in size, if not in power, whereas this is really hilarious that Sky Tyrant is beating down this guy, dude.
You totally didn't see it coming, but yeah.
He is trouncing this motherfucker.
Yeah,
but he breaks his will, he psychologically annihilates him.
Yes.
But then, what does Adam do? He gives him like a brain aneurysm?
Well, he just like electrocutes him from inside of the brain, it seems like. Good stuff. That takes him down for a little bit. Yeah,
I'm really enjoying this B team of the DC Universe action.
Yeah, I also like the Atom mentioning that he would not leave his ship parked inside of Hawkman / Sky Tyrant's brain because of the possibility it might become unmoored and cause a blood clot.
I mean, even though he's a physicist and not a doctor, he's gonna be mindful of things like that.
Right.
Because Adam's going at people all the time.
Right. Good on him.
He has seen inner space, and he's like, gotta be careful. But I did like that at the end, they had that moment where, usually, often in fiction, a doctor is a doctor is a doctor, and I like that in this. He's like, yeah, I'm a PhD, but, I'm a physicist. I can't help this guy medically.
I like it's like, I'm a doctor. Well, not that kind of doctor, after talking about being like, I'm not a doctor, but I am a doctor, but not that kind of doctor. I'm a PhD.
The little shots at humor in the book were fine.
Yeah, they worked well in this one. I give it a 7.
7 for me, too.
As much as the Hulk.
Pretty good, and it's managing to not wear thin on me somehow, even though I feel like it should be.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's picking up steam rather than diminishing as this Sky Tyrant run goes.
Yeah, I wonder how long this is going to go. Anyway, let's talk about the 23rd issue of Venom by Donny Cates and Mark Bagley. And, Eddie cut his hand off.
Yeah, and we get to see him cauterize the wound. Ooh.
Got to cauterize the wound after you tie on the tourniquet.
Yeah.
And Dylan is using his piece of the Carnage symbiote to attempt to talk to Null.
Right, but we find out that this is part of the Grendel symbiote.
Right.
According to not Eddie, little Eddie.
Dylan.
Dylan, thank you.
Yeah, right. This is not actually any Carnage. It was just looking like Carnage when it was on Norman.
Yeah.
We get for some reason it connects him not directly to. I assumed he'd be talking to Null based on the way that one shot ended, where Null was like in his mind, but for some reason it's showing him what it seems like he might actually want to see, which is what his dad's doing in the fight with the carnaged Venoms.
Yeah, well, it seems like he's controlling it or torturing it into submission.
It does seem like he's torturing it into submission based on what Sleeper's reaction is.
Yeah.
But Eddie electrocutes the hell out of himself in order to get the symbiote separated.
Yeah, and, works well.
Mark Bagley gives us some of those classic symbiote floating head drawings that he used to do so well in the 90s.
Yeah, awesome.
I love finally having Carnage with his glowing interior mouth again instead of some sort of like actual mouth, because that's all it always was. It was like a pink light inside of Carnage's mouth, always.
That's true. Very good point.
Yeah. But then, Cap comes to save Eddie, who had passed out, and gets him off the island, and they nuked it.
Yeah, I don't know about save Eddie. Yeah, sure, save Eddie, but nuke the island?
They nuked the island. Cap really went all out. A small tactical nuke, but still, yeah. Woof. Venom symbiote, where are you at?
Yeah, really.
I mean,
did not see that coming from Cap.
Eddie passed out. The symbiotes were coming for him. It's very likely that one or both of the symbiotes did get inside him before the island got nuked.
Yeah, but if they're both inside him again, then coming to the island was all for naught.
Well, what if he only has Carnage now?
Oh my god, that would be something.
That would be heartbreaking.
It would. So
this issue was fine, but honestly, this arc, I've really been enjoying the art in it, and the action is good. So I'm giving it a 6, still above average, but.
Cool. I give it a 7.
Cool. Take us home.
Yes,
with the issue of the week.
Yes, we're talking about issue 1 of The Green Lantern Season 2 by Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp.
Sharpie's back, baby.
Yeah, which awesome for that. And there's a lot going on in this issue. Hal Jordan getting a new souped-up power battery for his work in taking down Controller Mu.
Beautiful pages. Like, every page is, like, storybook amazing.
That is true. And, he gets sent off on a mission with this recruit.
Well, first we got to mention how the Guardians are leaving in order to fight in, like, the Ultra Crisis. Like, the old Guardians of the Universe have these, like, mech suits now that they're going to put on, maybe, and leave this reality to fight a war that we will see as, like, the multi-layer crisis, and they will see as some other crazy war name.
Right, and that's why there needs to be some new controllers, so they need to send Hal Jordan and team him up with this new guy.
Did you notice Judge Dredd on the big double-page splash?
I did not notice Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. Saying Frock instead of Drock, which is the Judge Dredd universe swear word.
Oh, yeah, I never knew that about Drock.
Yeah,
but what did you think of the new guy?
Salt guy? Salt dude?
I thought it was awesome.
Hey, so Salt dude's weapon is a black weapon with a star on it. Do you think the black stars aren't going to be heard from at all in this comic anymore?
Yeah, really.
Hey.
And the fact that his weapon can do all that crazy shit.
And, hey, the new Guardians, guess what they have in them? Controller DNA.
Yeah, right? That doesn't seem like it could be a bad idea.
I'm almost certain that we are not done with the Black Star. Come on, a black weapon with a star on it? Are you kidding me?
Oh, well, very true. And, yeah, I mean, the mention of Controller Mu DNA inside these new Guardians, which are supposed to be better than the old Guardians, but they're all clearly like young punks compared to the Guardians.
God, the new bosses came in and they're young punk executives who didn't have any experience getting into this position, and now they're your boss, making your decisions for you.
Exactly.
And we meet this weird lady. Like, what's up with this lady who's the cloner of the Guardians?
Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with this lady. This lady is a weird lady.
That's crazy. What is happening here? She's created this planet that has like multiple levels of evolutionary beings on it, which they also use to clone the Guardians and also sometimes to test Green Lanterns because they can create like any combat situation they need to.
Seems like it.
This is like 3 comics worth of material.
True. But it's also like so straightforward compared to like what we've gotten. We've gotten like all this, but then this is the part where it's like bring it all back together before it explodes again.
Right, like Bendis writes this arc or this issue that we just read. The first issue is just up to Hal Jordan getting the mission and going to the planet. Oof. The second and third issues are the mission on the planet, and like the end of the third issue finishes the mission, and then the fourth issue is the introduction of the new Guardians and Hal getting stationed up. Like the amount of content packed into these pages here is staggering.
That's true. It does feel like it's a bit of an extra long issue, though. So, it makes sense that there would be a lot in there. But even so, I do agree that this is highly dense.
It is, yeah. It is compressed and entertaining, and every page is like a wonderful storybook drawing. And
so for me, it was an 8.
I'm giving it a 9.
I thought you would.
It gets that Grant Morrison bump. It gets that 9 because I know that after I read the rest of the series, when I come back, it'll be even better.
That's true.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody. That's going to do it for our show this week. As always, thanks for listening, and leave a like, drop a comment, and we will be back in the near future with even more comic reviews.
I like potato salad.